Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Tron on the draw for game one. Looking like Murktide. Nope, that's Grixis Control. Change my tune on that one really quickly. Draw. In that case, mine. Map, do you have force? No force. Good, pass. We have 4 hits off the top in Power Plant or Tower. Draw, Mind Stone with, play Temple. Temple, Mind Stone. We'll go for the Mind Stone. Pass. Counterspell, Spell Snare, that's fine. Flooded Strand, fetch 19, Surveil. Orange Chant. Orange Chant? Don't like that. Flooded Strand, fetch 18. Okay, this doesn't look like Grixis. What is this? Esper Control? Prismatic Ending? Wrath the Sky X1? Okay. Draw a card. Map. Play map. Pass. Would like the land. Pass. And draw. Tezzeret. Draw. Or rather map. Power plant. Power plant. Map. Pass. I'm doubting this resolves. It does, surprising. They didn't have a Prismatic or a Wrath last turn, but they could have a Consult the Star Chart. So it looks like Esper Control. Alright, Control. And pass. Meticulous Archive, Surveil. Path. Oh, don't you dare. Oh, Counterspell. I thought they were gonna freaking Orange Chant lock me out, so I'm okay with this. In that case, I will crack map. Tower. And at least this way we can use K command as permission. But the Isochron Scepter is still a bit of an issue. 3 cards in hand. Teferi Time Raveler in response. Ramp Scry Draw. And done. You allow it. Bottom. So I have access to 3, so 7, 8, 9, 12. 12, I guess we go top draw, and we hold. Teferi minus, targeting nothing to draw a card. And draw. Do you have Orange Chant? No Orange Chant. So in that case, I will cast Devour to start. 7. Trigger. Targets always yield. Do you Isochron Scepter? No. I kind of want Tezzeret to hit board so we can grab Pithy Needle. Ugin done. Always yield. Isochron Scepter. Pass. Well, I guess why did I do that? That was dumb. Yeah, that was dumb. I was like, oh yeah, we'll use path. Roof. Swamp. And pass. Yeah, we should have held the Ugin. Don't know why I didn't. For some reason, I was thinking something else. It's a fairy. We might be able to get the Teferi through then. Oh, there's Needle. Well, in that case, let's start with Dust. Does it eat the Isochron Scepter? No. Okay. Tezzeret. Okay. Counterspell. Pithy Needle. ISO. Hold on. Isochron Scepter. And pass. I mean, I guess we're not entirely through this yet because they could Wrath, Prismatic, to Fairy Bounce, Wrath. Yeah, I kind of wish I held that Ugin. Ballista, we pass because we need to double cast every time now. I wonder if it would have been better. No, I guess the Wrath was still Wrath regardless. Fleshraker. Fleshraker resolves. Is there any reason to Walking Ballista then? Probably not. Probably not because... Okay. Path, yes. Waste, pass. Yeah, I'm not even sure if the Ugin would have mattered. 3, 4, 5, draw 3. Leaving 2 for Isochron, draw. Mine, play mine, pass. And pass. 6 in hand, tune. Draw. Gemstone, pass. This Isochron Scepter is going to be the death of me. I mean, at some point they're going to run out of freaking cards in deck, right? They're at 29 already. Doug, how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pulled 2 to Fairy. Paying cost for Scepter. Is this the full Scepter lock for Orange Chant? Yeah, it is. So now they will have it. What's your win condition? You have not shown me a win condition yet. Yeah, that's fine. What is your win condition? Orange Chant, kicked, yeah. Okay. Yep. I can't do anything. Show me your win condition. What is it? Teferi plus. Hero Dominaria, okay. Still no win condition. You can strip my lands, fine. What is your win condition? I will not concede until I see something that can deal me damage. Other than mental damage. Big Tef can strip my lands, yeah, but they can't deal me damage. 2. Okay, there's a Snapcaster. Okay, yeah, I'll concede now. I'll concede now. Okay. Bad misplay into the Scepter earlier, but that's that. Soul Guide Lantern's still relevant. Pithineal's still relevant. I guess Grafdigger's Cage is relevant. Dismember, not so much. Chalice is relevant. Gemstone we cut on the play. What else? Could they play Harbinger? Maybe. They could play Harbinger. I'm thinking Leveler over Sire for the cash trigger. And run it back. Yep, that looks good. On the play for game 2. 8 hits off top and the Vexing Bauble to boot. Yeah, I'll take it. Vexing Bauble will help stifle the Scepter. There's the mine. So we have Tron on 3 now. No force. Do you have a Prismatic? Nope, no Prismatic. So we do have Tron on 3, which is good. Draw. Mine, pass, and we hold. Passing, end step. Crack the map. We'll go for tower. Draw. Do you have Orange Chant? No Orange Chant. As strange as it sounds, I think I'm going to use Karn as bait. So let's start with Mindstone. And Karn. Does Karn resolve? Two, counterspell, bobble, pass. Okay, so now it makes it a bit more difficult for them to Orange Chant lock me. All's Dust. Actually, we really should have cut All's Dust, Jesus. We'll hold up the K command and use that as permission. Flooded Strand fetch, 19, surveil. The good news is they can't play Force, which is relevant. If they play Wrath, we can crack the Mind Stone, crack the bobble to draw cards, which is nice. Harbinger. We tap. And it resolves. Do you have... Actually, let's be smart about this. Ramp Exile. And done. Do you have Consign? You have Consign. I'm gonna go Consign now. Or not Consign, K command now. Temple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are short by 1. Top. Oh, send it to me. Oh. And Consign resolves. All right. And draw. There's a second temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are short by 1. Yeah, being short by 1 here is a problem. Because now they get to untap. Not great. We'll hold. They will need another Consign, admittedly. All right. And draw. There's Karn. We could try Karn first. But I think we'll start with Devourer. Trigger. Consign, pass in full. So now we need another land for Allah's Dust. Paying cost tune. And pass. Take 2 down to 16. We draw. Tezzeret. Tezzeret's interesting because we can try and go for Ballista. So can Karn, though. 1, 2, 3. Let's attempt Tezzeret. Does Tezzeret resolve? Tezzeret minus for Ballista. Do we play Ballista now? I suppose we could. Is there a benefit to doing so? Not necessarily. We'll pass. So Tezzeret's down. They pay cost for Consult. So dig 5, pull 2. Consult's such a good card. Any control deck should be playing this at this point. And tune. And hold. Land 5. Tezzeret down. I guess we could have theoretically tapped, untapped Mind Stone, played Karn. Maybe. Isochron Scepter. The Vexing Bubble helps, but it doesn't help enough. Because as long as they have enough mana, technically the Scepter, the kicker costs as, or acts as 1. So basically, no matter what now, we're locked. Yep, that's a nice Isochron Scepter lock. So I guess maybe playing Karn would have been right to avoid that. Yeah. Either that or I guess we could have Tezzereted for Chalice. Chalice would have been an option. We'll concede. Yeah, I think I could have made a couple different decisions there. With the Tezzeret resolving, that may have been a good opportunity to resolve Karn as well. That would have also locked out Scepter. Otherwise, we could have minus Tezzeret for Chalice. And Chalice for 1 would lock down Scepter. Of course, both are, at least Chalice is fragile to Prismatic or Wrath. So Karn probably would have been the better option, where we could have then just plussed Karn. And that way, Harbinger has to deal with Karn and Tezzeret on board. Of course, then they would have had the Orange Chant to slow me down, but I think it would have been enough, yeah. Yeah, so I think we had some better lines there that we didn't take, admittedly. Alright, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. 7 hits off top for K Command X2 on 2. Otherwise, 4 hits off top for Tron on 3 will keep. At the very least, we get K Command X1 on 2 with the Temple. Mine, pass. Well, I guess, yeah, so we're hedging our bets on Tower rather than the 7. So we're hedging our bets on the 4 rather than the 7. Probably should have done the opposite, but I think it's fine. Blood Crypt Shock is this Reanimator? Faithless Looting? Rift Bolt. Wait, am I playing against Burn? Huh. I think I'm playing against Burn. Well, this is a classic matchup, so Rakdos Burn. Okay, was not expecting that today. Down to 17. Seal of Fire? In 2025? Huh. I mean, it is a shock, but I feel like you have so many better options than Seal of Fire. Oh, wait. Are you playing Chandra's Incinerator? That's the only explanation I can think of, is that they're playing Chandra's Incinerator. Is that the reason why they're playing Seal of Fire. There's no other explanation, in my opinion. Yeah, there's no other explanation. Are you going to haste something? No. Interesting. K command. Done. Temple, Fleshraker. The Fleshraker is going to die to the seal. So I think we bottom Fleshraker, top Temple, draw, and draw. Vexing Bauble does break Rift Bolt, but we don't need to play it now, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll play the Mind Stone and continue to hold the K command. We want to play the Bauble? No, we're good. What are we doing here, friend? We have an X equals what? 5? Okay, Wooded Foothills. What is happening here? K command? I mean, it definitely feels like we're playing against Burn. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And given the Seal of Fire, I'm assuming Chandra's Incinerator. There's Tower. There's Sire. Bottom Temple. Karna's Tempting. But I think I want to go K command top, Karn top, Sire top, Tower top, draw. How much mana do I have right now? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 17. So we should be able to play Ugin plus Sire. No problem. What are we playing against? Tower. Cast Ugin. Ugin exile Seal. Seal deals 2 to me. Yep. Down to 15. That is fine. Draw a card. Karn. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to go, let's see, Sire, 3, leaving, no, not enough. See, I really tempted to go Karn for Trinisphere, but I think Sire might be right. Sire, done. Ugin trigger, always yield. We're at 18. Can you somehow deal me 18 damage in 1 turn? Opponent's thinking hard here. Raucous Theater, Blood Crypt, Arena of Glory, Seal of Fire, Rift Bolt. Opponent concedes. I mean, this is definitely Burn. And again, I can only assume the reason why they're playing Seal. Pithy Needle could name Seal, but I feel like that's pretty irrelevant. Soul Guide Lantern, probably not. Vexing Bauble can hit Rift Bolt, which is better than Chalice. Yeah, on the draw, probably not. And then, what else do we want? Weird. The thing is, actually, we kind of don't have a lot to add for this matchup, do we? Like, having Trinisphere of Karn is good. I guess keep Chalice. Maybe bring in Filigree Silex? I feel like Dismember's incorrect. So maybe we keep the Pithy Needle. I guess, no, you know what? We'll keep the Soul Guide because of Bump in the Night, which has Flashback. Yeah, we'll do that. That makes some sense. I mean, Chalice on 1's good into Burn. And then Mind Stones. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll pass. Arid Mesa, fetch 19. Blood Crypt, shock 17. Okay, so yeah, Vine Lasher, Ugin's Lab, Imprint, Sire, cast Chalice on 1. Done. Pass. And pass. Vine Lasher, trigger. So that's going to be probably like roughly 3 damage a turn. Down to 18. We definitely need to deal with Vine Lasher at some point. Arid Mesa, fetch 16. Vine Lasher, trigger 17. And Rift Bolt. And Rift Bolt. There's map. We can't play map, so let's go Temple, Mind Stone, and Mind Stone. And pass. And we'll take 6 from Rift Bolt to 11. Yeah, that's the one downside of Chalice here. It does not interact well with Rift Bolt. Would have been better if we had a Vexing Bauble there. So it'll be another 3 down to 8. We need to deal with the Vine Lasher. Down to 15, down to 8, Surveil. Land to yard, and yep, Scare the Critics does get around Chalice. Power Plant. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can play Tezzeret. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're not there yet. Play Tezzeret. I'm thinking we minus Tezzeret for Ballista as a blocker at the very least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next turn we can play Sire if we somehow survive the turn. Definitely a tall ask, admittedly. Tezzeret minus. Yep, there's Ballista. Ballista for 2. Tezzeret trigger. We'll hold so we can block. So that's going to be another 2 damage down to 3. Combat, I imagine at me. Go to blocks, we block. Before damage, we ping. And we pass. And we draw. So in that case, Mind Stone. Untap Mind Stone. Return Sire's 7 deaths. Play Sire. Alright, do we survive the turn cycle? We're down to 3. They'll surveil. They don't fetch? Why did they not fetch? I guess we're Scare the Critics? That makes sense. And Bone scoops it up. Sire 7 deaths, close it out. Alright. Did not expect to play against Rakdos Burn today, but I'm not upset by it. With that said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match number 3. On the draw for game 1, reveal 1, and pass. Beseiju. Let you end. This feels like Living End. Trigger. Yield. There's Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble. Draw. Ugin's Lab. Imprint Devourer. Vexing Bauble. Pass. Do you have Force? The good news is on 2 we can play Tezzeret and the Chalice for 0. There's the Force pitching Subtlety, which means now the Tezzeret does have an open line through. Okay, this is promising. Breeding Pool. Shock, 18, passing. Paying cost for Waker Waves. Interesting that you're using it now. You must feel confident. It is always really weird when my canister filter cycles the air out of it because all of a sudden it just becomes pitch quiet in the room. It is actually a little bit disturbing sometimes. Street Wraith cycle. Why are you going so hard right now? Waste. Tezzeret. Tezzeret Resolve, or you have another Subtlety, or Force, or both. Son of a... Yeah, you got it. Double Force Subtlety? Okay, so do you have a land plus Cascade? Land, Surveil. Okay, so I need a land. I need a land. Interesting, Ardent Plea. So I guess maybe because you don't have the white source. I need a land for Karn. Land, perfect. Okay, you can't possibly have the third Force or Subtlety. Karn? Thank God. Karn minus. Chalice of the Void. That's why we play 2 Chalice friends. Chalice, pass. Eat your heart out, opponent. And they scoop. Okay. Living End. Win for game 1. Move the sideboard. We will cut Sire for Inevitable Betrayal. We'll keep the Chalice in, keep the Vexing Bauble in. They sometimes play Clarion Conqueror. Bring in Dismember. We could do what else? I think we keep it like this. Soul Guide, yes. Vexing Bubble, yes. Pithy Needle. We could Pithy Needle Beseiju Adawara. That is relevant-ish. Yeah. And also, I guess Teferi sometimes gets played in... in whatchamacallit? Living End. So I think we keep as is then. Yeah, let's run it back. And then on the play, we'll cut Gemstone for a Extinguisher Battleship. Just to add to the 7-mana value pile. Man, that's Natural Tron and a Vexing Bauble in hand. I'll keep it. And keep. And pass. 7 cards in hand. Street Wraith Cycle, 18. Street Wraith Cycle, 16. Sporfix Springs Bolt, 13. Passing. Cycle. Why are you cycling so aggressively? Like, I could very well just play a Soul Guide Lantern. Bauble? Do you have Force? Inevitable Betrayal. So there should only be 1 left in deck. So I think we're going to have to play around Waker Waves. I so hope that I draw into my Soul Guide Lantern. Draw. Nope. No dice. Mind Stone. Alright, let's hope that they hit Betrayal instead of Living End. If they hit Living End, we're SOL. If they hit Betrayal, we're fine. Alright, show it to me. Show me the Cascade. The 8? Are we sure we're not playing Death Shadow? Cascade, Ardent Plea. Ah, son of a. Is on top too, for God's sake. Yep, there's Ardent Plea. So we'll have Tron, but now what? No, Ugin will help. Alright, do you have Subtlety or Force? For God's sake, please neither. Exile Waker Waves. Resolve. So now we can 0. And then cast K Command. Ramp Scrydraw. X equals 2. Exile Street Wraith. There's K command, Pithy Needle. We could Pithy Needle what? I don't think Pithy Needle is necessary. So I'm thinking K command for instant speed removal, I suppose. Maybe, yeah, maybe Teferi. Exile. Kind of same difference. And Teferi. Time Raveler. And pass. And hold. Okay. Paying cost. Clarion Conqueror. That's fine. I don't care about that. Edge Mage. Sure, you got it. The Clarion Conqueror really does nothing with Ugin on board. Curator to Yard. And Rewinder attack Ugin. Exalted Trigger, always yield, because I can't do anything about that. Block. And we're good. And draw. K command, we'll start with Fleshraker. Exile Conqueror. Subtlety. That's fine. Conqueror is still down. I'm going to literally redraw this card. Evoke Trigger resolves. And actually, I can't do anything about this trigger, so that's fine. Put it on top. I will plus draw a card. Fleshraker. Trigger. Exile. And you're empty-handed, so I might as well do this now. And done. Triggers. No targets because hexproof. Always yield. Always yield. And then we have bottom. Bottom, top. Draw. Targets. No targets. Triggers. 2. Pass. And hold. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win against Living End. All right, solid stuff. We'll be back for match 4. All right, we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. I mean, it's a turn 2 Fleshraker, but does nothing after is that is the problem. Shoot. What are my hits off top? K command? K command's good. 4 hits. Another Fleshraker, 7. Karn, 11. Yeah, fine. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. We draw. Or not. Ugin, tuck, hold. And what we playing against? It's Tron. Okay. What version of Tron? Draw. Lab. Imprint. Sire. Cast. Fleshraker. Can I please get a castable? Please. And thank you. Pass. And pass. Do you have Tron? You do not. Do you have Fleshraker? You do not. Mindstone? Mindstone. So colorless. Could be Tezzeret, could be Dismembermain. Okay, so it means that is TCAS main. Draw. Chalice. Chalice ain't doing jack in this matchup. No. Tower. Pass. Yeah, pass. for Karn, I'm in danger. I guess we could Chalice 2, forcing Karn to plus on Chalice. At least then we don't lose a land, meaning that we could draw into K command. Mindstone does nothing. Play a waste. Play a Chalice on 2. Like I said, at least this saves us a land for a turn. Giving us the ability to maybe draw into K command. Crack map, okay. I guess I maybe could have also Mind Stoned. It doesn't hurt to do so. Power plant. Or they drew into mine. Map. Okay, so now they have Tron next turn. Plus Liquid Metal. Yep. And draw. Target. Yep. Resolves. K command. Karn. We're not out yet. Hold. They have Tron and 8. They could go Extinguisher Battleship, pop a land, and then Liquid Metal Coating. Return Ugin to hand. Bold move Cotton. Karn plus, because now there's a world where we do draw into mine. If we draw into mine, I guess then we play Ugin, but then use Cityscape Leveler. Do you K command X7? Is that what we're doing here? Feels like it. K command X7. Yeah, we'll pass in full. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6, 7. So we draw into another 7 mana value spell, we can cast it. But the fact... What is this? Fleshraker? Another Karn? No. What is this? Ugin? Ugin. Means I have a 2-turn clock on me. I'm competing against Karn, Liquid Metal, Ugin. It's not looking good. Draw. Even if I... So, like, okay. So we can tuck Ugin, cast Ugin. Ugin target, no targets, always yield. So Ugin resolves, we plus Ugin draw a card. There's Tezzeret. Tezzeret can grab Needle naming Karn, but we need to also stop Ugin from ulting. But I think Karn's just going to minus for Leveler. That would make the most sense. Pop Ugin. Ugin plus... The problem with Leveler now is the fact that even if I Pithing Needle Ugin, they'll just pop the needle with Leveler. Yep, there's Leveler, pop Ugin. Yeah. What are my outs here? We have 7, which is going to become 5 mana. Yeah, I think I don't have an out. Draw Liquid Metal. Target Ugin, yes. Draw. Karn. Again, we can cast Karn with Karn, we can -4 Flute. Flute can name Ugin, but then Leveler pops Flute, and then they ult and win. So moot point. We can't play Karn and Tezzeret. Even then, we wouldn't have enough mana to cast both Flute and Needle. Yeah, that's a concession. Concede. Alright, so this is Eldrazi Tron. Lost for game 1. So we are going to drop the Gemstone. Vexing Bubble's relevant, Soul Guide's not, Pith and Needle is, Grafdigger's Cage is not. Disruptor Flute is, but do we want to bring it into main versus having access to it through Karn? Chalice isn't really relevant. We can bring in Leveler and Extinguisher. Do we want to bring in Dismember? No reason not to. Bring in 1. I guess Dust is not useful, so bring in 2. Or run it back like this then. On the play for game 2, there's Karn, there's Ugin, there's Tezzeret. I mean, it's a turn 3 Karn we'll keep. Would have liked a turn 2, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. And Ugin's Lab, Imprint Ugin. Any reason to use Needle now? No. We'll pass. And hold. Ugin's Lab, Imprint, Imprint Ugin, Mindstone. Well, that's a problem. I will play a waste. I will play Tezzeret. I will minus Tezzeret for map. Yeah, we'll minus Tezzeret for map. And pass. And pass. Do you have Karn on 2? Or TKS? Devourer. You must have drawn that since you didn't reveal it. Do you have Karn? No Karn, but you have a K command. Understood. So in that case, cast Karn. Yep, float. I will minus Karn. Yes. For liquid metal coating? Yes. Unfortunately, we can't EE this turn, so we'll go liquid metal. I will pass. See the K command X3. Paying cost. You'll have access to 7 mana next turn. 2 cards in hand, about to be 3, about to be 4. Alright. I mean, if we need a blocker, we can get a blocker. For the Sire, we're going to need to pull Bridge. For the TKS, we can deal with TKS. We'll pass. 2, 4, 5. I guess actually we only have 6. Tower. 0 top, 3 bottom. Fleshraker is fine. And what else? Karn. That's less fine. Karn minus. Karn minus for what? Surprised Karn actually didn't plus on Mindstone to smack Karn in the face. Leveler. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's problematic. Draw. Mindstone's doing nothing. Leveler's doing nothing. We have access to 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, which put plainly isn't enough to do much here. Boy. So Pith Needle named Karn is relevant. We'll at least want to pull a card for from Karn. I guess we could flute name Cityscape. That's a thought. That might be the best option, because Bridge isn't doing much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the fact is that they have another land, they can cast it. Okay. In that case, minus Karn, yes, for flute. I will then play a swamp. I will cast Pithy Needle. Name Karn the Great Creator. Trigger Tezzeret. I will cast Flute. Flute will name Cityscape Leveler. Trigger Tezzeret. I will play 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's play the Mind Stone. Trigger Tezzeret. And we'll pass. And pass. Not much else to do there. So you need 11 mana for Leveler. Karn down, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. You need 3 more mana. 3 cards in hand, one of them's Leveler. Karn's locked. Mind Stone, that's a +2, so they're 1 away from the Leveler. Well, that's scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4 for TKS. 5, 6, 7, 8. Battleship. Shoot. Battleship. Pop what? Pithy Needle? Disruptor Flute? Probably Disruptor Flute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pithy Needle. Okay. Karn -4 what? Liquid Metal. Draw. Bauble, do nothing. Minus Tez. Minus Tez do what? Minus Tez for Walking Ballista. I suppose. Done. Trigger. Bauble trigger. Pass. And pass. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still can't cast Leveler. 4, 6, 7, Sire. Crew Battleship. Nope, going to plus Battleship, attack Tez. Attack Tez. In retrospect, maybe, because Tezzeret 6 was at 5. I guess I could have played Liquid Metal Coating Map and Bauble. Liquid Coating, Map, Bauble, minus. Maybe ulting Tez was the better option there, and I didn't think about that at the time. Tez down. Sire on board, draw. K command. K command is interesting to me. We should probably wait to play it, though. We'll hold. And hold. Because the liquid metal coating target Ugin's lab will float. You should phase change before you plus, but you don't. Ugin's lab down. 2 battleship charge. Phase change. Done. There's Power Plant Mine Devourer. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. 7 non-Eldrazi, 8 Eldrazi. I kind of want to bottom all of these, honestly. Though, actually, I kind of want to find Extinguisher Battleship, so I guess we have to bottom. Can we win? I don't think so. Bottom, top, draw, and pass. If you attack, we attack Karn, but we wouldn't have enough to win that fight. Karn would be at 1. Do you have Filigree Silex or EE main? That'd be a bit obnoxious. Mindstone, fine. You attack. Down to 7, which means Sire can kill me. Tezzeret. Interesting. Mine. Tezzeret. 0. Ballista. Combat. Swing at Karn. But that doesn't really do too much because this has Flying Trample. What are my outs then? Crack. Vexing Bauble. 3, 4, 5. We're short by 6. We lose. Yep, that's a loss. Alright, we tried. Concede. Oh boy. Yeah, the early cards got there. Well, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, we're back for match 5. On the draw for game 1, the mulligan. 8 hits on the top. We'll keep Pitch Dust. Yeah, we'll Pitch Dust. Alright. So we're looking for Power Plant or for Map. And it's Belcher. I'm in danger. Double? Okay, we found the Power Plant, but now we need to find... we need to find Karn or Tezzeret? The thing is they can win on 3. Win on 3 or win on 4? They missed a land drop. That's huge. Power Plant. I think we'll cycle one of these. Go to upkeep. We need to find something here. ASAP. Cycle. Done. Counter if you want. Do it. Spell Snare, you got him. Alright. Land, pass, draw. Okay, Commander bust. Let's go for it. Do you have the force? X equals 5. Son of a... There goes Disrupting Shoal. So now they're going to have 8 mana. Do you have Belcher? You'll have 8 mana. If you find a 9th, no, a 9th wouldn't get you to Belcher. You need 10. So we're safe from that, but if you just have the Belcher, you win. Trainer? Okay, do you have a land? If you have a land, find Belcher, you win. Because he wouldn't play that if you had Belcher. What do you find is the question. I mean, if you have a Flare, I'm also SOL, because we can K command, but that's about it. Karn off the top wouldn't be enough. Guess we could K command, hold up 1 if we find a Pithy Needle. That's a thought. We'll have 10 mana next turn, so we can go digging pretty deep. You have 2 cards in hand, and you're having a hard time choosing with Trainer. What the hell did you find? I imagine that you need counter magic, otherwise we can lock this down. That's fine. 2 in hand and draw. Fleshraker. I mean, we could try and bait Fleshraker, I suppose. Fleshraker? Show me a flare. Do it. You do not. Rude. Alright, let's send it. X equals 5 again. We'll have 6 mana left over. Done. Triggers. Do you have a flare? Or another force? If you have force, that means you're empty-handed. Flare is rude, though. Okay, 1 card in hand. We know it's not Belcher, otherwise we would have already lost, so let's see what you got. You have all the mana in the world, we both do. A lot of good it does, we don't have anything to play. You have Belcher? You have Tameshi. Tameshi can draw a card. Tameshi also allows you, if you have Whir, you win. Tameshi. Because now you have 4, 7, 8. Yeah, so yeah, you definitely have enough for Whir. So Whir or Belcher gets you the game. 4. Belcher, 5. Tameshi. Could you Seagate? 10, 9, 12. Seagate is 7, no. They wouldn't be able to do it this turn. Tameshi. This feels really familiar to another game we played this today. So you now have 12. If you have the Seagate, so 12, 13, 13 plus another 3, 16, which means you can 7. You'll have 9 left over, which is enough to play Belcher and activate. Seagate Restoration. Oh, actually, you don't even need to do that. Yeah, friggin' Waterlog's teaching. Yeah, just freaking transmute Waterlog. Right? Or it's not even transmute, just search, yeah. Whir. And then you should have 10. Yeah. X equals 4. And you should have enough left over. Brutal. Alright. That is Belcher. Lost for game 1. There's Belcher. You don't have a basic main deck, do you? Always good to check. And no. No dice. Alright. unfortunate. Let's go to sideboard. We will want Vexing Bauble, Soul Guide Lantern, Pithing Needle, cut the Gemstone, Dismember, Chalice, yes, Disruptor Flute stays in the side, cut Dust. Dust has more applications than Sire, I suppose. We'll run it back like this. Okay. Brutal. See, I guess I could have played the first K command on their turn, but it risked them just winning. So I don't think I could have played around the Force even if I wanted to. Not to mention they spell snared my first command for 0. Just to draw an extra card. Alright, on the play for game 2. Let's see what we got. 4 hits off the top for Tron. We have Pithing Needle on 1, which should mean that we can get it down for Belcher early. Reveal. Trigger. We're looking for Mine. We miss Mine. We find Chalice. So I'm thinking we go Chalice on 0 and then Needle for Belcher. That seems reasonable. We could always go Tezzeret for Vexing Bauble. I think we go Chalice, Power Plant, Needle, Needle Name, Goblin, Charbelcher. And pass. And pass. Draw, Tower, Chalice, 0, pass. We can use the K command as scry draw if we need, but we'll probably just play the Flesh Raker. Tapped, pass, draw, Mine, Ballista. Flesh Raker. Consign. Pass. And pass. Might be right to hold the K command. Trainer. Might be right to hold the K command. In case they play Tameshi, somehow get Lotus Bloom into Yard to play around the Chalice. Teachings. Draw. Ooh, hello. Devourer, do you have a Flare? Let's apply pressure to the board. Man, you can only play so many godforsaken cards. They always seem to have them. Guess we could have played the Ballista for 1. May have been worth it. Harbinger. K command. This way, if they counter it with a Consign, then we can Ballista. Resolve, Soul Guide, top. Yeah. And pass. Pain cost, flood. Return target creature and opponent controls. If the gift was promised, gift tap a fish. Does that return target non-land? It doesn't really matter, we'll just do this. But we can Ballista for 2, pop the Harbinger. That's the biggest part here. Draw. Flesh Raker. X2. And hold. It is opponent controls, that's important to note. Pain cost. Falaji. Falaji resolves. There's Jawari, there's Whir. Imagine you pick up Whir. That way you can get the Lotus Bloom on field. Hence why you want the Soul Guide, so we can try and keep the Tameshi loop out of the way. There's the Whir. Pain cost Falaji. We'll pop the Harbinger now. And pass. Picks up the Sink. Yep, that makes sense to me. Hydroelectric tapped. Flash Raker. Mindstone. Trigger. Trigger. Draw a card. 2/4, not enough. Soul Guide, trigger. Soul Guide eats what? You can't grab anything back, I don't believe. I guess the thing I'm most worried about here is either Consign or the Flood Maul, so I guess we'll go Flood Maul just in case. You're playing, I don't know, Tameo? And pass. So you picked up Sink, which can bounce the Pithy Needle. So we need something here. They also have Whir. They have Whir and Sink. Brutal. Whir, Sink, and a ton of things to manage with it. We're gonna pop the Soul Guide here. I need to draw into something of relevance. Dismember might be relevant. Another tower. Tower's not. Attempt to exile Falaji. ETB? No reason to show them the tower. We can hold the Dismember, but we can't attack is the problem. And they're gonna sink in the Stupor the Pithy Needle? No, they're gonna Whir first. We'll hold. Whir or, yeah, Whir 0. Maybe it was aggressive to draw with the Soul Guide, but we know they had the Sink. We know they had the Whir. So doing nothing here is not great either. If they play the Tameshi, we have the Dismember. But they do have the Falaji, the sack for the Flare. Our best bet is we somehow make it through the turn. 3. There's Tameshi. Attempt to Dismember. Again, the Soul Guide may have been a bit aggressive. Dismember. Pass in full. At that point, it's all you, friend. I guess I should hold on the off chance you sink the Dismember, but I'm doubtful. That wouldn't really serve much in the way of a purpose. Tameshi down. Okay. You have access to 4/7 mana, but you don't have enough to bounce Needle and 7. 5 cards in hand. One of them sink. 4 cards unknown. 4. Belcher? I mean, if you just Belcher, hold Lotus Bloom for sink, and then you win on next turn unless I draw into something of relevance, which is a bit of a tall ask right now. I mean, I think your best bet might be just to play the Belcher. Because then, yeah, you just hold the Lotus Bloom for sink. You bounce Pith Needle on end step. There's a world where we win. But I feel like my lines are narrow. Seagate. Bolt. 10. What is this? Whir for 4. So you have Belcher now. No, like I said, I didn't have the Belcher in hand. So last card in hand is Sink. Or our last known card in hand is Sink. Alright, there's a potential that we do win. Depends on what we draw, though. Draw. Bull. Maybe I should have held the freaking Soul Guide. At least then we would have been able to stop the Lotus Bloom, which would have stopped the Goblin Charbelcher. But we're looking for something, anything to interact with them. Oh, actually, hold up. I'm not necessarily dead. They also need a land. They need an untapped land. I can only imagine since they did that they have it. I can't imagine that they don't. But we're theoretically not dead. We'll play the tower. No reason. Alright, we can't play anything else, so we'll attack. Like, any colorless spell would have been good here. The reason there being... I mean, they'll block the Devourer, not the Flesh Rake. Let's be real. If they don't block the Devourer, that'd be a mistake. Down to 8. We pass. Do you have the untapped land? You need Sink and untapped land. Do you have it? Sink. Untapped land. Sink. Bolt. Belcher. Win? Yep. Yeah, do be like that sometimes. I mean, I guess, like I said, the only thing that I think I could have done differently was hold the Soul Guide Lantern. That way we could have interrupted the Meshy Loop. I mean, we had the Dismember, but the thing is the Lotus Bloom... the Lotus Bloom wouldn't have been as available. They wouldn't have had as much mana to go were into Belcher. So it's hard to say because we knew they had Whir. We knew they had Sink. So we knew that they had the ability to sink the Pithy Needle and go for the win. So my concern was if we did nothing and we just held the Soul Guide, then we just didn't find Karn. Because I think at that point Karn was the solution. Or I guess K command to try and end it via Glaring Fleshraker. Hard to say. Hard to say. Alright though. Well, unfortunately, that there does end today's league at a 2-3 record at the end of 5. For those over on YouTube, if you did enjoy the video, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback would be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached a point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we are continuing to grow this channel. In the meantime, though, if you do want to get early access to my YouTube videos, you can do so over my Patreon, where you can get early access to my YouTube videos. Exactly as I just said. But with that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!